Welcome to Fourth and Forever, the flagship show of Roundtable Sports Network. Join hosts Dan, Richie, and TD as they break down the latest news and storylines across the NFL, featuring game predictions, breakdowns, heated debates, live Patreon callers, and everything in between. Catch Fourth and Forever every weekday at 1 p.m. Eastern on the Roundtable Sports YouTube channel.
Z-Bot, you are an artist. Z-Bot, if you are watching this show, you are an absolute artist, man. Again,
Amazing.
Raw reaction from your boy seeing that. Wow, man. Richie, can you tease the Roundtable Sports commercial real fast? I know you said that you have some edits, but I gotta see it.
It's in the
Hold on,
you gotta wait.
Gotta see it, brother.
The one you just played was AFC's, right?
No, you
Fourth and
weren't
Forever,
looking.
bro.
We just played the Fourth and Forever
Oh
one.
man, I was
sitting
bringing
there.
my system up. Play it again. Play it again. Let's go.
No, we can't play that again. We can't play that again. Folks, let us know what you thought of that
That's
intro.
why I asked, are you ready? You're like, yeah, I'm ready.
Oh,
You
yeah.
weren't ready.
No, my bad. I didn't know. I was pulling up my other window to make sure I can share the video.
Dude, well, let
Oh,
me tell you what, man. Like, that was tight. Man, I'm excited to watch all these trailers next week with all of our divisional shows. And I'm already seeing Packers fans in here lining up against Dan Mitchell. Be like, Dan, you couldn't have been more wrong about them Green Bay Packers, man. Don't worry. We're going to be talking about the Packers and the Washington Commanders. Perhaps a new sophomore slump has entered the equation. Jaden Daniels. I don't know. And plus many other previews for this NFL Week 1 Friday, baby. Man, I'll tell you what, dude. I'm excited for a long weekend of football ahead of the corner. And welcome everybody into the show. Richie, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Last night we had an awesome night of Thursday night football, and man, we do got some things to talk about, some narratives to discuss. NFL week number 2 is here, and we got a whole full slate of Sunday football to break down. I'm excited to get into everything, and Dan, I definitely want to ask you some questions. Because, yeah, you're right. I mean, Mr.
Right about
Packers in the basement? Packers in the basement, man. They're favored to win the Super Bowl right now over the Buffalo Bills right now.
Apologize to people.
Hey. No. Like, I hate when people have the audacity to come up to me and just be like, you owe me an apology. I'm sorry, 38-year-old Bill from North Dakota. I do not owe you an apology, all right? I believed it in my heart, all right?
Well, you're going to owe me an apology on Monday after the Jets.
No. There's no apologies. I stand on business. I'm just kidding. I did like what the Packers had to put. TD, what's up, man? How you doing?
Beautiful day. It was great football last night, though. So when we break it down, I'm excited about it. A lot to cover. Listen, man, y'all make sure you share this video to everybody that you know, because Fourth and Forever, we are here doing bigger and better things. And thank you for the love and support. We hit 25K subs and we keep growing. Let's go.
Dude, my luggage has arrived. Dude, I have been without my luggage for the past 2 weeks. It's been sitting in a random warehouse in Dallas because it got lost in translation on my flight back home. Wow. And I'm watching the FedEx man roll it up right in my front driveway as we speak. Fun little fact. But obviously, let's go on ahead and discuss this Green Bay Packers and this Washington Commanders game because, wow, what a statement from the boys over in Green Bay, I got to tell you. Now, I do feel that I do need to take back my take on the Green Bay Packers for potentially finishing last in the division. I do want to say that I feel like we had this conversation last year with the New Orleans Saints. They completely shocked the world, had over 40 points collectively on average for the first 2 weeks, and then ultimately ended up completely dwindling down. But I will give credit where credit is due. And you know what? I forgot about this, and I'm kicking myself in the ass for regularly forgetting about this. A good pass rush can mask any question mark you have in the secondary. A good secondary cannot mask problems with your defensive line. And that is what the Green Bay Packers did on Thursday night. I think I haven't seen a more uncomfortable Jaden Daniels in his entire career. That dates back into his rookie season. I legitimately saw fear in his eye. Running all over the field. And the Packers did a wonderful job at being able to clog up those short passes in which that they lived on week 1 versus the New York Giants. And I'm telling you what, man, like when I look at this Packers team, Super Bowl caliber defense. Offense on the other side, though, I have questions still. I really do. You lose Jaden Reed. he's out with a broken collarbone. They're saying 6 to 8. I think that's way too optimistic if you were to ask me. I think he's out for the season. Does that mean that Green Bay is going to go out and be buyers at the trade deadline? I also think that we haven't really seen electric offenses versus this defense. So I'm not going to go out and crown them as the division champions. I think we can all agree that I don't think they're finishing in the basement anymore. I think they are a playoff team, but can they remain consistent, right? Because I did want to see more from that offense last night, surprisingly enough. I really did. Richie, thoughts? Talk to me.
So I know that the Commanders haven't really lived up to expectations, but you don't think their offense is considered prolific? Because you said they haven't versed a prolific offense yet. They versed the Lions and the Commanders back-to-back. So you don't think
I wouldn't say the best, right? So I wouldn't say the best. When I look at their schedule, like what I genuinely believe is going to be their, okay, I'm buying into being a Super Bowl contender. Because what I witnessed on Thursday, definitely not the basement, right? However, when I look at their schedule, like what I'm really going to be testing these guys out on is, surprisingly enough, I am going to watch very closely when they play the Dallas Cowboys in 2 weeks, especially with what Dallas was able to do to that Philadelphia defense. I think that's going to be a litmus test. I'm interested to see what they do against Cincinnati. I'm interested to see what they do against the Philadelphia Eagles. So I think there's still tests. Yeah, I do think that Washington's offense didn't really look good on week 1 either. So, yeah, I don't know. I still think it's too soon to crown them as Super Bowl contenders. I really do.
Yeah. Listen, I think that the Green Bay Packers, man, they showed something last night. And there's one person that you didn't even mention that was so impressive to me last night. It's Jordan Love. Jordan Love looks good, man. His ball that he throws from the pocket, pure. I mean, just with precision, even off his back foot. He's extremely talented, man. And you can see he has a different level of confidence right now. He was my dark horse to win the MVP last year, and I think his injury in week number 1 really hurt his chances. Man, he's off to a heck of a start this season. Turnover free, efficiency, accuracy, pushing the ball down the field. How about Kraft? The Packers defense is the story, but Jordan Love, man, he looks really good. Fantastic. And I think the Green Bay Packers are absolutely contenders in the NFC. You look around the NFC, the Detroit Lions look suspect. The Washington Commanders, everybody was hyping up. They look suspect early on. I think they're going to figure it out and be a playoff team still. And then you got the Eagles. But the Packers, with the addition of Micah Parsons, I mean, dude, this is something we really got to look at. And their defense, yes, the Green Bay Packers are Super Bowl contenders, in my opinion. I felt like one of the only people that was giving the Packers their credit when they landed Micah Parsons. People felt like they overpaid for the guy. He's not. Did you see the type of game-wrecking, what Micah Parsons, the presence of him, what he does to a whole defense, unlocks everybody. The entire defensive line now is just, there's a presence of Micah Parsons that's going to free up Gary. It's going to free up Van Ness, free up the guys inside. The secondary is doing their job. The entire collective of that Green Bay Packers defense is playing really good. They made Jaden Daniels look like a rookie out there. Man, I'm impressed with the Green Bay Packers. They got a coach, I believe, in LaFleur. They got a captain at running back in Josh Jacobs. They got wide receivers that are making plays. Unfortunately, they got a bad injury last night, but I think Matthew Golden, Romeo Doubs, how about their tight end? I mean, absolute dog. Dude, I'm buying into the Green Bay Packers. I think they're the front runner to win that division and absolutely be a Super Bowl contender coming out of the NFC. I'm not saying they should be the favorite, that they're over the Eagles, but man, these Green Bay Packers, I'm definitely buying into their stock.
So does anyone feel like Jordan Love, his passes lack significant zip and velocity? Somebody in my chat earlier today also said that anytime he lets off a pass and they feel like that they can count slowly to 3 in their head before it connects to the wide receivers. Maybe I'm going to have to watch it again, but
he's got
I'm just
touch.
Curious. Yeah. He's more of a touch.
There was one throw actually that I saw when he dropped back the pass and he let it rip. It was a bullet. He can do it. He just doesn't have to sometimes. When he throws it down the field, I've noticed that he does throw a lot off his back foot, but it's with accuracy. He's always fading away and letting it rip, and you're just waiting for it to get picked off, but it's someone wide open. And I would disagree with that. I feel like when he needs to put velocity on it, he does, but more often than not, he puts touch on the ball. So there's a lot of air underneath.
And by the way, dude, who in the hell is this Tucker Kraft guy? Why do I feel that Green Bay always produces these random ass tight ends? Who remembers Robert Tonyan a couple of years ago? I'm pretty sure he's still in the league. All right. It just goes to show you that like some random tight end completely appears out of nowhere from that team and just absolutely dominated. Does that say more about the Green Bay Packers offense or the Washington Commanders defense? Like last night's game, like really objectively speaking. TD,
I think it's more about the offense.
Okay. TD, thoughts on the game last night, your biggest takeaways?
The biggest takeaway last night is that the Green Bay Packers are Super Bowl contenders. That the Green Bay Packers are now, in my opinion, considered a top 5 team in the entire NFL. The Green Bay Packers have a quarterback who is rising his stock, showing that, man, I am that guy that y'all were wondering if I was actually better my rookie year. Jordan Love was phenomenal. Jordan Love, and let me tell you something too, and I want to talk about those passes taken, you can count 3 slow seconds. Jordan Love had some passes early in the game being aggressive, going deep, that were barely overthrown. Like, oh, they missed. He almost had that. The reason why those passes go 3 long seconds, because he has the arm strength to put it out in front, but let me put a little bit more velocity on it. Let me put some more height on this football so that my wide receiver can get under it, whether he needs to slow down, speed up, he can make that calibration versus me just delivering the long dart and it has to be timed perfectly. He can put a little more under it and over it so that the receiver has a better chance of catching the football. And that's what the adjustment was. He started putting it a little over, hanging it a little bit more so the receiver can identify, make any adjustments if necessary, and go get it. 199 yards at halftime, 199 at half. Might have even been more. That was before they got into that field goal range, so it might have even been more. But they were absolutely explosive. The offense, a plethora of receivers that you don't really know other than a rookie, but they still made things happen. There was mistakes in the receiving core too. You know, some drops and things like that on critical downs, but they still made it work. Now that big injury that just happened, they better do something about that though. A replacement. And I saw your TikTok, Dan, about Tyreek. If I was them, I would be on the phone all in for Tyreek Hill right now. 100%. That wouldn't just fill the gap. It'll elevate it even more. But let's not miss out on this defensive side of the football. They're legit. They put pressure on Jaden Daniels. They were locking down in the secondary, especially in the first half. They were really, everything Washington did started to look like it was just tight. Like, he caught it, but barely, So, and Micah Parsons and that pass rush is relentless. They keep going at it. And you know what? I got to appreciate Micah Parsons a little bit more in that game. Every time he goes up against a guy that's bigger and stronger than him, he doesn't give up the fight. He's still like, hey, you might be bigger than me and I can't get around on this one, but I'm going to fight to the end of this play to make you work the full time me trying to get there. And sometimes even that turned out for a successful play for him. And that's the thing about Micah Parsons. His motor don't stop. I don't care if I'm getting double teamed. Y'all going to have to fight me to win. Hey, y'all won that one, but I gave you everything I had, and he makes you feel it on the other side of the football. It was battles in those trenches going on with him and Laramie Tunsil and other guys. It was just a beautiful thing to watch. Green Bay has a new identity. They go after it, and I love that LaFleur literally was yelling at the player for making that mistake early in the game when they wanted to hurry up and go for it on 4th down. Accountability up and down. I wish certain teams would just have that. Like my team, the Miami Dolphins. I wish they had that intensity. I wish they had a quarterback like that. I wish they had pass rushers that's relentless like that. I wish we had an identity. And that's what Green Bay has. And I know I've been talking for a while, so real quick on Washington, I'm not going to panic. Okay? They went up against a team that might have just made that much of a leap, but Washington does need to get their act together, but they had some key losses last night. Due to injuries that can really hurt. So we'll see. And Richie, Stop.
Come on, man.
Stop.
I'm so happy you're admitting it because I can relate. I can 100% relate to what you just said. That's how I used to feel as a Jets fan. I couldn't enjoy watching primetime football because every time I saw excellence, I would compare it to how incompetent the New York Jets are. And now, switch out the New York Jets for the Miami Dolphins. You know what I mean? I've been there, TD. I get it. I feel you for it. But guess what? You deserve it. All that trash talk you talk about me.
Hey, it's early in the season, Richie. Stop.
You deserve all that. All
Yes,
right,
sir.
man. Is there anything that the Dolphins have over those guys? But we'll see, man. We'll see. All jokes aside, man, is there, and I want to ask Dan this question because TD's not hitting the panic button. Dan, are we hitting the panic button on the Washington Commanders yet? Or is that too early in the season to do that? I mean, they're 1-1, an unimpressive win over the New York Giants. They didn't look great last night. I was waiting for them to do something. And Jaden Daniels, like, the one thing I noticed about Daniels compared to Love, for example, he was not pushing the ball down the field. Like, every throw had an average air yard of like 5 or 7 yards. And every time he tried to run, the Packers had his number. So what was your thoughts of the Commanders? Do you think it's time to panic?
So it's interesting because I do want to take a look back at the film from last year to see if Cliff Kingsbury showed any pulse of being able to adjust appropriately. I guess you could say that Washington, was able to pull like some sort of plays, like make it interesting, at least toward the back half of the game. Their defense finally did start to make a couple of stops where they give him an opportunity, but they were very one-dimensional. They were married to that game plan they had against the Giants last week, short passes up the middle, but it was completely gone. And even if there were any openings downfield, like Micah Parsons must have had 9 pressures last night. I need to check PFF. He only ended up walking away with half a sack, but really at the end of the day, I think that it's more so of a Cliff Kingsbury side of things rather than a Jaden Daniels sort of things. I saw a uninspiring sort of period rate of adjustments where they should have been making adjustments at the half. I don't think it's time to hit the panic button. I think that they'll figure it out. But when we're talking about a team that was in the NFC Championship last year, that went shot for shot with the Philadelphia Eagles defense in the NFC Championship, I think that we need to start having some conversations, especially if this trend of a team that can't crack 30 points for the past 2 games. But I still remain optimistic.
All right. We'll see if that continues. So you guys let us know in the chat your thoughts of Washington. Will they be living up to their expectations of being Super Bowl contenders, as a lot of people thought they would be? I think it's too early to tell, but they're 1-1. Packers 2-0, and we got a lot of things to get into in this show. But let's get to our first Patreon caller of the episode, and it says Bess is live. Bess, you are live on 4th and Forever, my friend. How are you?
What's up, fellas?
What's up,
What's going on, man?
Bro, that was a hell of a game, man. I ain't gonna lie. I thought the Packers were not gonna be good this year, but they're proving me wrong after this second game.
Man.
It's just I thought their defense sucked, but wow, it was they. I did not expect that from them. There was really crazy. I wanted to bring up from yesterday because I want to keep it short because I got to get back to work. But I wanted to bring up something yesterday. I know everybody didn't watch the Jets, but I know Richie did because he was there. But the Jets and Steelers game, the way the coaching is, the way Glenn is conditioning these guys, I saw a lot more stamina from the Jets than I did from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Their defense, their players were going down left and right. Just the way he's conditioning them. And I want Dan and Richie to pay attention to that to this Sunday with the Bills to see if the same thing is going to come up.
Stamina.
No, I'm serious. Their players were dropping. They were done. The defensive linemen were done. Some of the secondary was done. They were just dropping. They were finished. But I just want to see that and see if something is either I just noticed it or it was just a fluke, but I'm curious on this Bills game if it's going to be the same way. And I want Dan and Richie, you guys both to pay attention to that, see if that's the case.
It's a good point. Appreciate the call, Bess. Much love to you, my man.
Later, guys.
Let's go Jets. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to keep that in mind.
So he was talking about lack of conditioning or like players going down with injuries?
Lack of conditioning, just defensive linemen giving up on plays. They're gassed at the end, and the Jets kind of played until the end. And the Jets were on record to have a really physical, grueling, high training camp, which I guess he's referring to helps the Jets on that side of things. So we'll see if that's. I didn't notice it, but now that he brings it up, definitely something to keep in mind for this game if that's something.
So if I'm the Jets, what I'm going to try and do is take something out of the Baltimore Ravens offensive playbook is really be wildly inconsistent, like with your tempo of the offense. Like that was really putting the Buffalo Bills on their heels all night. Hence why I think a lot of the defensive issues that we had, I would not be surprised if we see that from the Jets, at least toward the beginning of the game. Like just mess up with tempo and just see if you can catch somebody sleeping. And look, dude, like I think conditioning is very important. It's often not spoken about enough. So, dude, I will certainly be keeping an eye on it, as well as many other things, since Ed Oliver is officially out on Sunday.
Oh,
Ed Oliver.
Multiple weeks potentially.
Yeah,
he'll be out next week too.
Multiple weeks. But you know what? That's why South Carolina's own TJ Sanders got to step up, see what he's made of, right? That's what we got to do, man.
Guys, make sure you hit the like button. We're live on 4th and Forever, your daily flagship show, talking all things NFL, live every single weekday at 1 p.m. EST. We're really excited to keep the ball rolling. All right. Do we know what sleeper picks we got this week, boys?
I do, as a matter of fact. I cooked one up for the Bills and the Jets, as a matter of fact.
Oh.
Surprisingly enough, I have one, which I love. And
I
will walk you through my reasoning.
And
so I'll walk you through my reasoning. I hope each and every single one of you either tail me or fade me, whatever you'd like. However, by the way, I'm also about to end up hitting this one parlay. I just need Saquon Barkley to hit 13.5 receiving yards on Sunday versus Kansas City. If Saquon cracks 13.5, your boy cash is out. All right, I love that. But then this one I have for the Bills game. And Richie talked to me because I do think that, like, you know your team way better than myself. But I had to pick one Jets player for the parlay. It's $10 for $180.20 return. I have Braylon Allen with a rushing touchdown, largely because I think Aaron Glenn is really trying to hone in on him being your red zone running back, him being your goal line running back. I think that was the safest pick from the Jets side of things on my end. I have Dalton Kincaid over 32.5 receiving yards. I do think that there are some favorable matchups right within the linebacker side of things in their coverage. Josh loves attacking the middle of the field, so I like that. Love Joshua Palmer over 2.5 receptions, more than likely based off of PFF. He's likely going to be seeing a lot of Brandon Stevens. I think Josh Allen's going to test that relationship. I think 2.5 receptions over is an absolute lock. And then since the New York Jets predominantly, or that's at least part of their identity, is running predominantly man coverage, that often opens up opportunities for Josh Allen to make plays with his legs. So I have him over 32.5 rushing yards. 4-leg parlay. $10 gets me $180.20 if I am right.
Wow. Well, if you guys want to tail Dan or make your own parlay, go check out Sleeper. Link in the description. You get a 100% deposit match up to $100 by using our code RTS. Terms and conditions apply, and it's legal in 25 states. Now, Dan, I like that pick of Mr. Braylon Allen. Want to know why? Because I don't know if you saw this, but Braylon Allen got in the end zone in week number 1. Yep. All right. And this was a 1st and 10 run. And this is exciting. Now watch our fullback lead the way. Just Braylon Allen gets the rock. Watch Armand Membu climb into the second level, which is absolutely fantastic. You see Armand Membu right here, chips this player, climbs into the second level, gets Patrick Queen off the ball. Our fullback, Andrew Beck, just takes on this player. And you watch Braylon Allen just absolutely shovel his way into the end zone for the touchdown. I agree. Braylon Allen is indeed a red zone threat. And he did not get a lot of rushing yards, but he got in that end zone.
I wouldn't call that a chip by Membu, but all right.
What do you mean?
I'm just saying that's not much of a trip.
Well, he passed him off.
More of a trip.
He passed him off and climbed into the second level to get Patrick Queen because this was the fullback's responsibility.
Yeah, Rich.
All right.
You
know what? So I'm absolutely thrilled to talk about this next game because you know what? Like, people saw Brock Purdy go down, all right? And they're like, oh no, the Niners, they might be done against the Saints, or the Niners might be done for a couple of weeks.
Do we know who we're picking in our survival pool yet? And TD, you buying back
Oh,
in?
did I even?
Hold on.
Oh yeah, I still need to pick. That link is still in Slack, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I can
But
go.
TD's got to buy
I'ma
back in if
send
he
it to
wants
you,
to
Richie.
continue.
I'm gonna send it to you.
Yeah, he's gonna be able to do it. But
30.
I got to tell you what, I have a feeling, and Patriots fans are gonna laugh at me about this, but I think that nothing changes for the San Francisco 49ers with Mac Jones as their quarterback against the New Orleans Saints. I trust Mac Daddy Jones to go in there, make the throws that he needs to. I think San Francisco is going to make this a Christian McCaffrey game. Let's all cross our fingers and hope that one of their few optimistic offensive pieces can play the whole game, especially during this period where Brock, Ayuk, Juwan Jennings, George Kittle are all out. I think that we see a taste of what Mac Jones was during his rookie season with New England. Because remember, right? Like, he was targeted to go to Shanahan in that draft class. Instead, they ended up shocking the world and going with Trey Lance. However, I think Mac Jones looks good. In fact, you know what? I would actually love to add him to a parlay. I think that Mac Jones has a hell of a game, and San Francisco ends up winning a tight one. Don't forget that San Francisco's defense, at least for the most part, is still healthy once compared to their offense. Still like their defense over in San Francisco, and I think Mac Jones is really not going to move the needle one way or the other. I think that we're going to see a lot of what we would have seen if Brock Purdy was healthy indeed. Richie, thoughts? Can Mac Daddy Jones lead the San Francisco 49ers to a victory in New Orleans?
Yeah, I mean, it's really intriguing, this game. The Saints are one of the worst teams in the league. They didn't look too bad in week one. They still lost. But I can still see San Francisco winning. Mac Jones is a guy that's been in this league for a while now, has success, and I think he is the perfect backup for this team. Kyle Shanahan is known to be a head coach that can bring quarterbacks up like Mac Jones and make him play winning football. Mac Jones is no franchise quarterback, but I think he's a perfect backup. He kind of gives me Jimmy G vibes, just that type of. And I know that's probably even inflating him a little too much, but he's a serviceable backup. Like, I think that's exactly where Drake May's trending. But I think Mac Jones is a guy that's going to be able to get the job done easily. New Orleans is kind of a team that I'm not really confident in. I know George Kittle's down. I know Brock Purdy's down, but they still got the talent. They still got the players on defense that is going to be able to win this football game.
And so my buddy Marcus is coming in and saying, y'all trolling? No, not at all. I think that's like, it's not particularly a vote of confidence in Mac Jones. It's more so in we have no belief in New Orleans winning more than a game this year. Like, that's kind of where we're at. TD, can Mac Jones lead the Niners to victory?
Yeah, Mac Jones is a Pro Bowl quarterback.
He is. You can't take that away from him. He is a Pro Bowl quarterback, folks. Mac Jones, baby.
Yeah, Pro Bowl is a joke.
So is Drake May.
Yeah, but Mac Jones, he has shown some good football on the football field. Let's not sit here and act like he hasn't had some good games for the New England Patriots when he played for them. He just couldn't sustain it and do it on a consistent basis. But what I will tell you is he's under a coach who knows how to develop quarterbacks. Let's not forget that. Okay, let's not forget that they keep taking average quarterbacks and making them look really good or good, you know? So there's no telling what Mac Jones can turn out to be out of this. I'm going to be interested in seeing how he does, but for his first game to start back, getting some NFL action, I love that it's the Saints. This is an even bigger plus for him. This is an opportunity to actually not just go out there and play well, but light them up, Mac. Light them up. This team is going nowhere soon. Light them up and say, oh, Mac might be able to hold us down for a few games. And then you go and play a tougher opponent in Arizona next week. So this is a good, nice building block the way things are going. And I actually like it. Like, the next 2 to 3 weeks is a nice build up. Each game gets harder and harder for 5 weeks straight. Because Purdy, I don't know how long he's going to be out. They said, what did they say, 2 to 5 or something?
Yeah, they said 2 to 5 weeks.
Every time they say stuff like that, I always go with the max 5 games. And I like the ramp up for Mac Jones. Saints, then another step up to Arizona, then barely another step up to Jacksonville, then a step up to the Rams, and then a big game against the Buccaneers. So yeah, I like it. Those 5 games can revive his career.
They could.
They could if you 4-1, 5-0, you're revived, sir. You have value now. Like literally, if you play well and it's a nice setup for him, will he take advantage of it? I don't know, but he has the right coach to do it. So I got the 49ers in this.
So let's be even balls here, right? Because that's what the show is all about, right? Hot takes here. Let's assume that he's truly out for 5 games. That has the Saints, obviously, the Cardinals, the Jaguars, the Rams, and the Buccaneers, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What is your confidence level in the 49ers, Mac Jones as the starting quarterback for this team? How many games of these 5 does he win? He wins the next 3. Saints, Cardinals, and the Jaguars.
Mm-hmm.
I love their defense over in San Francisco. Obviously, I'm going to give myself a handicap if Christian McCaffrey ends up going down. Then I have no idea what they're going to do. But
they're in trouble, dude.
I do think they're good enough for 3-2. I do, with the next 3 and then dropping one to the Rams and the Bucs, obviously. Richie.
Go ahead.
You can go ahead, TD. You had a thought.
No, I'm with you on that, Dan. The next 3, because the last 2 are good opponents and they're on the road.
Yeah.
And the first 3, 2 of them are at home, and then your first one on the road is the Saints. So that's not a bad look. But the Rams in LA and Bucs in Tampa, that's tough. But hey, like I said, it's an opportunity to revive your career.
Full transparency, I wouldn't have confidence in San Francisco beating the Rams or the Buccaneers, even with Brock Purdy in the first place. So I literally think there's no change offensively with Mac at all. And maybe Ayuk's even back after the first 4 weeks too. So you could be seeing him against the Rams. Maybe you see Juwan Jennings pop off. And George Kittle, I believe, he's on the IR. So he's out for the next 4. So he could potentially be back by the Buccaneers game. San Francisco, dude. I'm sorry, but that dude, like, that's what you get. And like, this is not talking down to Niners fans, but like, how do you expect anything else? Like when you have the oldest roster in NFL.
But lucky them, that's
like, how can you expect anything else? Like just being riddled by injuries. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that schedule's light though, Dan.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's definitely light. Can Macaroni Jones go out there and do his thing? Richie.
Yeah, I got confidence.
What's the record?
I got confidence in Mac. I'm going to be at that Rams-Niners game in LA, which I'm excited for. Our NFC West Roundtable event is that game, which kind of stinks that Brock Purdy is not going to be playing in that event. But it's going to be a fun one. I think that's going to be great. I can see them beating the Saints. I can see them beating the Cardinals. I can see them beating the Jaguars. They got a good roster outside of the injuries. I really do. So we'll see. I don't think Mac Jones is good enough to get the Niners to win that division or have any playoff success. But luckily for the Niners, it's not a long-term injury. He's just out for 3 to 5 weeks. So, yeah.
He's out for 3 to 5 weeks, man. Mac Jones, that is your opportunity. And you know what? Like, dude, you know what? Like, we could potentially see if Mac goes out there and performs at a high level for these next 3 games or however long Brock is gone, like, he could be a name on the move. And he could finish off this season with another team that's desperate for a quarterback that's trying to have an answer or whatever. Like,
well, we got a Patreon caller who wants to talk about this topic. It's DF Forever. It's Dwayne.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing today?
Great, man.
Great.
Doing well.
Better now that you're with us.
You guys are killing it on these topics today. Great job.
Thank you.
I've been very high on San Francisco. Doing very good only because of their schedule. If you all take a good look at the back end of their schedule, it's stupid easy. It really is. And this is almost a great time for Purdy to be injured. Not that I want anybody to be injured, but these are games that Purdy's not going to win anyways. These are games that I would have checked off to say they're not going to win these games anyways, but they're still going to get to 10, 11 wins somehow because of the Easter schedule.
Yeah.
I would like to ask you guys, if one person wants to answer it, if y'all want to answer it. There's usually 2 underdogs that win this week. Can you pick one? DF Forever out. Great job.
My boy.
Dwayne
TD doesn't
there's-
pick upsets.
There's 2 stop, Richie. I just don't know when I bet.
You don't pick upsets, bro.
That's a good question.
Well, let's go through the games. All right.
Yeah. You have a graphic?
Where's that graphic from the week 2 matchups?
So
Yeah,
I've
you have that?
So I've already, yeah, I got it. I could send it to you via Slack.
You know, I think the weird thing about the upsets is you can see it in the division matchups. Like Ravens-Browns. Can the Browns upset the Ravens? Joe Flacco's first time playing in Baltimore since he left the Ravens. Right? Bengals-Jaguars. Raiders-Chargers. Can the Raiders pull off that upset even though they're 1-0? Colts-Broncos. I think that's a really good game. Cowboys-Giants.
So the
Like,
thing
where-
about the
Where's the upset alert? Titans-Rams. Can the Titans pull off the upset at home?
no, no way. In fact, I'm probably picking the Rams for my survivor pool this year. It's tough. It's tough because like typically I look at divisional matchups, and while I could see a world where the Browns could take down the Ravens, it would not be in Baltimore. There's no way the Ravens are losing in Baltimore, especially against the Browns. I mean, like what speaks to me right now? Like what speaks to me as like a crazy ass upset? I'll be honest with you.
Like Richie.
I'll be honest with you. I picked the Lions to win this game. I'm standing on business there. But I suppose if I had to pick a game where I wouldn't be shocked if they lost, I'd go with Chicago beating Detroit.
Because of that bad performance, you don't know what to expect. And you're playing a coach who's been there.
Yeah. You have no idea. So like I suppose like I'm still thinking the Lions figure it out. I think that they're just outmatched. I think that Ben Johnson does not win back in Detroit, right? But say that I had a time machine and I were to hop forward to right now and like we're talking about this game, I suppose Chicago would be like the game that I would be as least surprised if that was the case.
How about you, TD? Anything?
2 upsets potential. The Colts beating the Broncos.
Is that an upset? You said they're the best team in the league.
Well, I'm saying the odds have Denver as
He's
the
talking
favorite. That's why.
perceivably. He's talking perceivably.
Yeah, I'm talking about what other people think. I know ball. I wouldn't have had it that way, but yeah.
Colts are back at home
but
too.
that's one, and the other is and the crazy thing is it's going to be an upset. I already know they're gonna win. The Jets, baby.
Woo! Talk to him.
That's actually the most like
Hey man,
likely
the
it's the
spread
most
is
likely.
Disrespectful. 7
6.5.
points.
Yeah, I
6.5.
see
7 points? 7
Yeah.
points?
Give me the Jets plus 6.5 at least. Come on. No, Dan's like, nah, dude. 40
I'm
to
teasing.
10.
I'm teasing that to 21, brother. I'm just kidding.
No, Ed Oliver, run all over that defense.
I
And
did.
we're going to hear
teasing
Bills
that,
fans
brother.
Monday. Whoa, we didn't have Ed Oliver. Wow.
Yeah, if I hear that, then
So one game that stands out too, Zach Taylor has never won a week 2 ever. It's true.
you know, all these never happened are actually happening now.
Yeah, I know, but like how much like more steam does that have right before
Never
reality
won a
comes
week
by?
2.
Look. Funny enough, I picked the Cincinnati Bengals like I did yesterday. I'm standing on business there, but we're talking about games we wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised if Jacksonville also beat Cincinnati. I have Cincinnati winning, folks. All right. Make no mistake. But the two games that I wouldn't be surprised if the opposite of my prediction occurred would be Chicago, Detroit, and Jacksonville, Cincinnati.
Mm.
He's never won a week 2. That's a crazy stat, bro. And so that's a Glenn stat right there. Glenn.
Where the heck is Glenn?
Yeah. Have we figured out where Glenn is?
Yeah, he got back to me.
He did.
What'd he say?
Is he okay?
Yeah, he good. He good. He's just gonna see us in maybe about probably 15 days from now. He's good.
15 days?
Yeah. He taking care of some business. So yeah. He's just out for a while. He's fine though. I am reporting Glenn is fine. He's just taking care of his business. So
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Dude,
we need y'all he work at Area 51. Y'all don't listen to me. Okay.
He works at Area 51.
Y'all don't listen to me, man. Hey, I keep telling y'all.
That's some crazy stuff. All right, anyway, let's go
he
ahead
hit me
and
up.
move
No,
on.
he's good.
Let's go ahead and move on to some games here. We just ended up covering San Francisco and the Saints. Sounds like a resounding San Francisco still wins, even with Macaroni Jones as QB1. Does this really require a lot of analysis? Baltimore Ravens, Cleveland Browns, right?
It does. It's the Joe Flacco return to Baltimore.
It is, but really outside of a corny narrative.
Dan, it's his first time back. They're going to have a tribute video for Mr. Joe Flacco. Come on.
Yeah,
corny?
Dude, but
you won a Super Bowl
be,
with the Baltimore Ravens.
The Ravens are going to roll the Browns, man. I don't even know what the spread is, but I just have a funny feeling that the Ravens are about to put belt to ass. I'm sorry, I got it. Yes, I was impressed with Cleveland last week holding Cincinnati to 7 yards in the second half. Of course, that was great. Pass rush is always an issue. Falala.
Falala.
Yeah. Maybe the defensive line will be able to eat a little bit, but
get this guy off my team.
Get this guy off my team. Of course it's Falala. Oh, dude. And then I saw some video of Jair Alexander. It's Jair Alexander, man. You were trash, dude.
From Brandon Stevens to Alexander.
Alexander, he's getting cooked all day, man. Get him off my team. No. I think in Baltimore, I think that this team is obviously motivated. I think they're upset. I think they're going to take it out on the Cleveland Browns. I think their defense bounces back. I wouldn't be surprised if Cleveland only scored a single-digit points. I'm thinking a 35-9 type game. It's going to be bad for the Cleveland Browns. TD, thoughts?
Dave. Take the Ravens in the pool then for that much confidence.
So the Browns, they're doing what we expect them to do. Joe Flacco last week had 2 interceptions. To be fair to Joe Flacco, they weren't his fault. The drop issues continue for the receiving.
Yeah, that's true.
Just like last year, it was horrific. But yeah, man, to be quite honest with you, the Browns don't have a chance in this game. Baltimore actually a little bit angry right now, are probably going to show that 40 to 13 type game. They're going to really go in on this game. Hearing music. Somebody's computer probably playing music.
That's you. That's not us.
Not. It's actually not.
I don't hear nothing.
But anyway. Anywho, I think that they'll get blown out in this game. Your story is, how many games does Cleveland have to where you're saying, hey, let's throw the rookie in? It's time for him to get some real live game action. Because when you really look at Dylan Gabriel, I think he's next in line. They named him number 2, so therefore he's next up. But how many games? Because has anybody talked about the Browns' first 8 games? Has anybody? Right? They just lost to the Bengals. They're about to lose to the Ravens. Guess who's next? The hottest team in the league right now, Green Bay. Then Lions. You got the Lions. Then you got the Vikings. Then you got the Steelers. Then you have the Dolphins.
No. But that's where it eases up.
should Dylan Gabriel be playing about right there, Miami or something?
Like, why ruin the kid's confidence if that's genuinely how you feel, right?
But
like,
you
don't do that.
Can't keep a journeyman in. You want to give the young guy experience with zero expectation. Like, again, I'm just a firm believer. I don't believe in this. Don't throw him out there. You don't throw him out there if you're expecting him to win. You throw him out there to give him NFL experience, though.
The Browns are in, dude.
Bro, like, they could be 0-6 going. Are we gonna see
Shador? It's not even that. Like, really, outside of Jerry Jeudy, like, what do they have? Like, hey, shout out to Harold Fannin, right? And to that tight end from last week. He's a friend of the show, by the way.
You picked him up on fantasy, Dan.
I did pick him up on fantasy, man, because look,
we're working on waiver wire.
Dude, you have to, man. A fantasy football championship is built on the waiver wire. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that bad boy. But yeah, Ravens belt to ass on the Cleveland Browns. Rich, what do you got on this one, man? You gonna shock the world and pick the Browns?
Built. I don't know about that much, but listen, I think that there's going to be a easy win from the Baltimore Ravens, especially after that heartbreaking loss to the Buffalo Bills the way that they did. Give me the Ravens in this one. We can move on to the next game. I think there's more interesting matchups we need to preview, in my opinion.
Talk to me.
So let's do it. Let's do it. This is a Monday night game. I guess we can save this for Monday, but this is going to be a good game. I know everyone's going to pick the Chargers. Don't sleep on those Raiders.
Raiders. Hey.
Hey,
you know what?
TD's like a Chargers fan now, by the way. You can see
Give me the game of the week. Throw that game of the week on the screen. You already know what I'm talking about.
What game of the week?
Wait up for Richie. He'll show you.
Oh, man.
No, that's not the game of the week. That's not the game of the week. The Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl rematch. 4 p.m.
I don't know, man. Jets Bills a little bit more. Come on.
I don't know. That's the game of the week. I'm not sure if it has that action quite yet. All right, Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs, the Super Bowl rematch. Jalen Carter will return after being suspended for one full game for spitting on Dak Prescott, I suppose. And depending on who you ask, an Eagles fan or a Cowboys fan, some will say Dak spit first, but that's neither here nor there. And the Kansas City Chiefs, who are coming off of a loss in Brazil against the LA Chargers. Good news is it sounds like Xavier Worthy was practicing yesterday. I'm not sure if it was a limited designation or it was a full participant. But I still think that there are some question marks about this team. I still think they need another wide receiver. I really do, especially with showing how fragile Worthy truly was. Like, dude ended up dislocating his shoulder and by running into Travis Kelce, right? Like, that's something they need to monitor. And as far as their defense, man, like, it's a far cry from what it was a couple of years back or even dating back to last year. Maybe we can chalk it up to just week one jitters. Maybe they were making adjustments as they traveled to the Southern Hemisphere. But, like, that defense looked bad. It looked really bad. Outside of Chris Jones getting pressure, like, he was their only option. McDuffie's obviously making plays out there, but outside of that, I think that there's a lot of holes. I think the offensive line is much worse than it was last year, and that line wasn't good in the first place in 2024. I'm having a hard time not seeing Philadelphia win this one. I don't care that it's an Arrowhead. I think that the pass rush is going to be lethal. I think that the DBs are going to be able to, like, win in most man coverage scenarios. I think Patrick Mahomes is going to be running for his life. And I think this offense is not going to skip a beat over in Philly. I mean, honestly, I hate to say this, but give me a repeat of the Super Bowl, dude. Like, I think I'm looking at like a 31-20, maybe.
31-20.
31-20.
I'm with you on this one, Dan Mitchell. The Chiefs are downhill from here, man. That thing that we kept predicting, but being officially here, we were just not accurate with the timing. The Chiefs are has-beens until they upgrade that wide receiver room to bail Patrick Mahomes out because his improvisation isn't working as much as it used to. Teams are starting to understand how to game plan against them. In my opinion, and the Eagles showed that in the Super Bowl, and it showed with the Chargers. Good teams, good coaching. They have schemes for Patrick Mahomes now. He needs some weapons to now alleviate some of that pressure so he can get back to improvising and being a threat, in my opinion. So the Eagles going to go put belt to Tushy, literally and figuratively, tush push. Put the belt on them and show them who their daddy is. So the Eagles better team.
So my buddy Rico on Buffalo Fanatics, he calls himself Rated R Rico. And so I think we got to start calling TD PGTD.
Belt to Tushy.
Hey, man.
PG. Hey, dude, listen, we're a family-friendly channel over here.
We're a family-friendly show.
It's not that. If I have a choice of words, why can't I just pick the one that I prefer? That's all.
No, it's fine.
Yeah,
man.
you know what?
You're a family man.
Worthy. No, dude, listen, I totally get that. I think that I've even calmed down on my profanity throughout the years. I really do. Like way more like sus comments I say all the time.
You remove your profanity with the sus comments, Dan.
yeah, most definitely. And you know what? I don't mean them. They're, like right in the heart.
That's what makes them
well,
sus.
Maybe not. Yeah. Damn it. Damn, again.
Right? They're coming from within, Dan.
Oh, man.
Oh, my. It's innocent. It's innocent in nature.
Coming from
yeah, I know,
Richie.
They be flying. They be flying.
Hey, Johnny says you filling up Bob today. Relax, bro. All right, Richie, what do you got, man? Talk to me.
Oh, it doesn't stop, man. I love it, man. We got to keep this up. Someone's got to make a Dan Sus compilation. That would be a good one.
A Dan Sus compilation.
No, man. I'm definitely picking the Eagles in this game. I think that, for the Chiefs to win, it's going to be tough. And nobody's going to take the Chiefs seriously unless they get a big win like this. I'm not going to rule out the Chiefs. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. But, man, the Philadelphia Eagles, bro. They are a repeat team waiting to happen. They got everything you could possibly imagine in terms of the winning formula. Jalen Hurts just plays really good football. Saquon Barkley. I mean, I don't need to go over their roster. I got the Philadelphia Eagles winning. But if the Chiefs go out there and somehow get this job done, and then we're going to have to take the Chiefs seriously. But I would not be shocked if the Chiefs win, but I'm definitely going to go with the safer pick and with the Philadelphia Eagles on the road. The Eagles, I think, are on their way to be the number one seed in the NFC, and I still think they're the favorites to win the Super Bowl. I really do. I know everyone's gushing over the Packers, gushing over the Buffalo Bills, and all those teams, but this is the Eagles. I really do think that they are the team to beat in this league. They have not made any difference. It's not like they lost anybody in the offseason, so I still think they are the Super Bowl favorites until proven otherwise. So give me the Philadelphia Eagles on the road in this one. But hey, man, if Patrick Mahomes wants to beat the allegations, he's got
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Of being not the same anymore. I mean,
all right.
You can use that word.
Allegations. All right.
Beating the.
Speaking of that, Tyreek Hill's back in the news for another crime.
Is Xavier Worthy back?
He was practicing.
He's at practice. So if Xavier Worthy's back, that could be big. So as long as Travis Kelce doesn't injure his own player in the first drive, I think the Chiefs will be in this game. But we'll see.
Just don't have them both running a mesh route. All right, you're probably good. It's just outs for both of them on the opposite end of the numbers. That's what you got to do.
Yeah, man. We shall see. We got 2 super chats from Richie Fresh.
Chiefs need to upgrade wide receiver room. How come Allen can do it with nobodies, but Mahomes can't? Not trolling. Genuine question. Go Bills.
Well, he proved he can win a Super Bowl in the past.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
So in all honesty here, so with the offensive line for Allen is light years better than Kansas City too.
Yeah, and also all respect, Richie Fresh. Mahomes has proven that he can win a Super Bowl with lackluster receivers. What have Josh Allen proven besides individual success?
He's proven that his head coach
that he can win an MVP.
Cock blocks. Richie picking Eagles.
Hold on, stop hating on Josh Allen. He's proven to be the best game manager of all time.
That's wild to me.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not even biting that. Richie picking Eagles, not as Chiefs. Mahomes, excuse me while I go dry rub one. Pause. Keep up the great work. Dude, dry rub is an actual garnish for wings. You know what I mean?
How was your dry rub wings last night, Dan? Drums only.
It was yeah. What was I doing last night? I was like, you're like, yo, chill. Oh man, I don't do myself any favors on this show. I really don't. Folks, do me a favor. Hit that thumbs up sign. As many of you know, we didn't get to a couple of games, but that's for all of our Patreon members. Every single Friday, Richie and I, sometimes TD, we hop on and
we like to see TD on one of
bonus.
these bonus episodes, but that's up to TD.
So we record the bonus episode of Fourth and Forever, which is only for the eyeballs of our premier members. So say, for example, you want to be a part of that. I'm trying to hunt down my partner into getting a gambling show down as well. He's partying in Vegas. I think he's pretty hungover right now, but I will get him here and we'll give you a gambling show either today or sometime early tomorrow afternoon to unpack everything. But say, for example, you do want to see that. You want to like really understand who's winning the Falcons, the Vikings, you know, the Cards, the Panthers, perhaps even the Buccaneers and the Houston Texans. All right. Sunday Night Football. Sound off and let us know your thoughts. TD, what do you got for the audience before we send them off?
Just first and foremost, as always, thank y'all so much for tuning in. We got some great football this weekend. I can't wait to see everybody on Monday because we'll know a little bit more about every single team in the NFL, and we get to break it down. That's the joy of what we do. And thank y'all for coming through to enjoy it with us. But do us a favor, punch the like button, and this show is nothing without you all. So make sure you let others know about the fun we have every day over here on Fourth and Forever.
Oh man, we have we have a lot of fun here. Some sussy fun, you know what I mean? Richie.
Got to give a big shout out to RotoWire, the ultimate fantasy football tool. Without them, I would not be dominating my fantasy football league so far. Make sure you guys check them out with our code RTS. If you have not already signed up, man, you can sync your league with RotoWire. So big shout out to them, as always, for sponsoring Roundtable Sports. We got a lot of stuff this weekend, man. I'll be live on Sunday, all right, for the Jets play-by-play, which is going to be a lot of fun. Make sure you guys tune into all of our respective shows across YouTube. We love you guys. Let's do it.
Yeah, we love you more than you know. Folks, thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you for the bonus episode over on Patreon to all of our premier members. And if not, we will see you on Monday. Same time, same place.